MetLife Stadium, sitting there, 50-yard line, best seat in the house, a huge smile on his face.
He would really enjoy this moment. He'd be very proud of you. I know I am.
He's my king in my crowd. He's gonna be sitting right there, man, watching it. Hopefully we pull it out.
Good luck, Bart.
Thanks, man.
You know, the measurables by NFL standards don't add up on Russell Wilson, but the thing, Russell Wilson is greater than the sum of his parts, and the things that make him special you can't measure at a combine or with a stopwatch. And the one measurable that Terry always talks about with quarterbacks is winning games. Russell Wilson wins today. His 28th win will make him the highest winning percentage of any quarterback in their first 2 years in the league, plus a Super Bowl title.
Howie, when you look at this offense, Russell Wilson for sure, Marshawn Lynch running the football. He's got to have a big day. But as we all know, points come in the passing game. And interesting, I did an interview with Pete Carroll the other day. And when we got through with the interview, I asked him, I said, what about the fastest player on the entire field? Percy Harvin only played 38 plays this year. He said, Jimmy, he had a big smile on his face. He says, this guy may, in this one game, make it worth everything we gave for him.
Especially if Russell Wilson could get him in the ball. And just really quickly, the fact that he asked Terry what to do to win it 20 minutes after winning the NFC Championship, he's a kid in years, but he is definitely a veteran in the way that he approaches the game.
And a kid in face. He doesn't look like he's old enough to get in here without his parents today, I tell you. Hey, the good news is weather will not be a factor today. You know, we're hermetically sealed here, but it's not bad outside at all. Temperature in the 40s, and you know that Peyton Manning is happy about that because in the playoffs, he's 0-4 when it dips below 40 degrees. Up next, though, our Hall of Fame quarterback, Terry Bradshaw, will sit down with a future Hall of Famer. How important is tonight's Super Bowl for Manning's legacy? We'll answer that and much more.
So much anticipation with Peyton Manning now at quarterback for the Broncos.
Perfectly thrown pass. Demaryius Thomas has a Denver touchdown.
Great job. Not only did they take the training wheels off Kaepernick tonight, they put him on a racing bike.
You don't realize how fast he is until you chase it.
Clutch diving to the pylon. Touchdown 49ers.
This is Russell Wilson at his finest.
Come on, be big now. I need you. Let's go get it.
Great vision by the rookie Russell Wilson.
That pass was prettier than the quarterback and his wife together are as a couple. And Brady loves it right now.
Dalton pump fakes.
Nice.
Runs a quarterback draw. It's a touchdown run for Andy Dalton.
Luck rolling, being chased. Throws before he's hit toward the end zone. LeVon Brazil caught. Touchdown Colts.
You know, as good as Rodgers was last week, Larry, he might be even better this week.
And here is Matty Ice.
And Ryan winds up to throw.
This should be a touchdown.
White's there with Nakamura. It's caught. Touchdown Atlanta.
Griffin, quarterback draw to the 5. Knifes in. Touchdown, Robert Griffin III.
Well, he looked like Sonny Jurgensen when he turned it up the field.
Oh my goodness. I've never seen a beautiful job of running that Cam Newton just executed.
He stuck the landing with a somersault.
What a game-ready effort by Christian Ponder.
Roethlisberger made that play happen. What a play.
You know, I'm not even sure what I just saw.
Drew Brees passes Johnny Unitas, throwing a touchdown in his 48th straight game. It is a 40-yard strike to Devery Henderson.
Make it special tonight. This is our house. It's our night. And it's our division.
All hands on deck. The journey ends in 60 minutes. It's about 53 minutes. Stay in this huddle with me right now. 53 men together. One focus, one mission.
Real Estate's got pride. Real Estate's got swag.
Got that swag. I got that swag. Got that swag. I got that swag. Let's go get one more. 1, 2, 3. Dominate.
Come on, man. Now get up.
You got this. Just have fun.
Let's go.
Just have fun.
I want to have fun with that guy.
We about to have fun.
Let's go. Thinking gets you in trouble.
Right now, what I'm seeing here is we're thinking so much, we're getting lined up, but we're not violent.
We can practice very average and be very average, or we can practice great and be great, man.
You really shouldn't score there. You know that, right? Because now we got to kick off to them. They could.
The Muppets Most Wanted pregame show is sponsored by Disney's Muppets Most Wanted, in theaters March 21st. Welcome to the Muppets Most Wanted pregame show on Fox.
And we're now less than half an hour away from Super Bowl 48's pregame festivities, which will include Queen Latifah singing America the Beautiful, and Renee Fleming, who will be the first opera singer to perform the national anthem at a Super Bowl. There's Peyton Manning and the boys getting ready. Kickoff time right around the corner between the Seattle Seahawks and the Denver Broncos. And win or lose, Manning will make history tonight. If he wins, he becomes the first starting quarterback to win a Super Bowl with two different teams. If Manning loses, he'll become the first quarterback to have 12 playoff losses. That's the most all time. So, fair or not, a lot is on the line this evening for Manning's legacy. No one knows that better than our four-time Super Bowl champ Terry Bradshaw. And earlier this week, TB sat down with the Broncos QB, who had a season about as beautiful as the New York skyline.
Well, here we are, Peyton Manning, Super Bowl 48. There's not a grander setting than this. It's pretty impressive, isn't it?
Well, it certainly is, Terry. And once I heard that the Super Bowl was going to be here in New York, New Jersey, I remember thinking, now that's going to be a big one.
Let me just refresh you what you did this year. Staggering. Truly, as a former NFL quarterback, blown away. I've been singing your praises all year.
Don't stop.
Absolutely.
Don't do it. I don't need it.
Stop. I know you don't. This is just fun. Let me embarrass you real quick.
All right, perfect.
55 touchdown passes, 5,477 yards. All new NFL records for a guy that came back and nobody thought you'd be able to be the old Peyton Manning that we once knew.
Terry, I think what helped me more than anything, as I was kind of going through that rehab process, relearning my mechanics to throw. I'm not saying I wanted to get hurt to sort of refocus on those mechanics and fundamentals in my mind, but that sure has helped.
Welcome to the inner workings of my mind.
When you had your neck problems and you had to leave Indianapolis, ever dreamed that this would happen to you? Or was this a goal? Or was just playing again a goal?
You would have told me, hey, you'll be in the Super Bowl with the Broncos in New York in a couple of years, I would have laughed in your face.
I love the quote that John Elway used when he described you as a Hall of Fame quarterback with a chip on his shoulder. Explain that to me.
I found out I wasn't going to be with the team that only team I wanted to play for once I got drafted there. I wanted to finish my career there like you did with the Steelers, Elway with the Broncos, Marino with the Dolphins. That was my goal. I gave everything I had to Indianapolis and the Indianapolis Colts. Things happened and transition occurred, and Denver, I can't thank them enough for the way they welcomed me into their organization.
37 years of age, has led his team to the Super Bowl.
You're 1-1 in Super Bowls. Your brother's 2-0. Be honest with me. Has he ever thrown that in your face? Seriously.
No, he hasn't.
No, he hasn't.
No, Eli and I pull hard for each other. You know, when you play for a Super Bowl, Terry, you're playing for your family. You know, and you're a part of it.
You win this football game. You're going to win your 5th NFL MVP. Congratulations. I'm going to be the first to congratulate. Would you then pack up, grab the family, and say adios?
Out of there. You know, I guess in some ways you could say it would be tempting. I know players have done that. And for some reason, if the doctor were to say, Peyton, well, we just don't like what we see anymore, it wouldn't even be a discussion. I would not try to argue with him. Hey, Doc, what if you turn it this way and look at the MRI? You sure I can't play? I would say, boy, I've been thankful for this journey and thankful for this time that I've had, 16 years, and that's it. But if he does give me a positive report, I'd like to keep playing. I want to stop playing when it's not fun for me anymore and I don't enjoy the preparation.
Hey, good luck to you.
Thanks, Terry.
It'll be a big day.
Appreciate it very much.
Yeah.
All right, that was recorded earlier in the week. Peyton Manning did win his 5th MVP. That's a record last night. Joining us right now, John Lynch, another Fox
Welcome there, John.
Stud.
Thank you. Congratulations, Mike.
Yeah, absolutely. You were one of the finalists for the Pro Football Hall of Fame. Maybe next year for you. Peyton Manning, he's hoping that tonight is his night. How important truly is winning this game going to go towards his legacy?
Well, look, his legacy is solidified with me, but there are so many buts. And I think what this would do, it would get rid of those buts. All the people that say, great regular season quarterback, but great in warm weather, but that would get rid of that. I think the comeback plays a large part in this legacy, too. 4 neck surgeries. I had one of them. I remember talking with Peyton, him saying, when is it going to get better? And I said, Peyton, you got to surrender. Everything else you've been able to work your way out of. With this thing, you cannot. He has 37 touchdowns last year. This year, 55. It's been remarkable.
And, you know, the guy behind this whole passing thing is coordinator Adam Gase. Now, he's an average player in school, never played in college, never played in the pros. Peyton called him his little genius. But what Gase has is a photographic memory. In the red zone, can remember a play that worked, offensive play that worked against the defense, recall it really quickly to get it out to Peyton. So that's why they've been so successful this year. And he's going to have to lean on that and open that mind up today, Jimmy.
Michael, you know, as just a fan that loves the game, I love watching Peyton Manning play. I mean, he's a conductor of an orchestra. I mean, he's out there making everything move. And for fans, understand this. Now, his legacy, regardless of what happens in this game, he's going to be one of the best. But if he wins this game, he will be in the conversation for one of the best of all time.
Yeah, you know, I know Peyton's not comfortable talking about it, but I don't believe there's a player who's more aware of the significance of the moment and its impact on his legacy. And when Indy opted to move on, it presented Peyton with a unique opportunity to research and figure out where he wanted to go. And as everything else he does, he did it with great diligence. And Denver presented a unique opportunity. A guy who's building a football team who has a similar vision, an underutilized skill position group, a slew of running backs, as we mentioned. And it gives Peyton Manning, the league's only 5-time MVP, the opportunity to win his 2nd Super Bowl and cement his position in the conversation for the best ever.
It could be a record-breaking night for him. When we come back, a little closer to Super Bowl kickoff, these guys will make their picks and tell us who they think will win.
The time has come. The time is now.
Make it fast, Crystal. They don't want it. Let's get it all night long, baby. We'll be in Hollywood.
Welcome the players. Welcome the fans to one of the greatest sporting shows on earth, where victory is for those determined enough to reach for the moon. 2 teams, 1 ambition, 1 winner. The Super Bowl, tonight on Fox Sports.
Strippers Cars for Cash continue.
You better get down here a bit lively.
And there's some new surprises in store, starting with tougher challenges.
The noise of it, it's unbelievable.
And rougher climates. But top profit still means pole position, and there's all to play for.
Bosh, Waller, look at that.
The guys are back on the road in Strippers Cars for Cash on National Geographic Channel.
Whereabouts you based? Pardon? Where's that?
Don't think. You know it. Let's go. Thinking gets you in trouble.
Right now, what I'm seeing here is we're thinking so much, we're getting lined up, but we're not violent.
We can practice very average and be very average, or we can practice great and be great, man.
You really shouldn't score there. You know that, right? Because now we got to kick off to them. They could go score, kick an onside kick, and win the game. Yeah, it's a get-down victory. So that's why I don't get 5.
But it's a touchdown.
It doesn't matter. We don't want a touchdown. We want the game to be over.
It is over.
No, it's not over. If you get down, it's over. Get down victory. I love you, though.
Rumbling, bumbling, stumbling. Here we go.
Flip, flip, flip.
Triangle, triangle, triangle. Boom.
The Muppets Most Wanted pregame show is sponsored by Disney's Muppets Most Wanted in theaters March 21st and by Pizza Hut. Try our all-new delicious hand-tossed pizza right now.
And we're about 48 minutes away from the kickoff of Super Bowl 48. You can feel the buzz in the air as the Seahawks and Broncos are getting set to determine the next kings of the NFL. For more on tonight's Super Bowl, let's send it over to the king of NFL insiders, Jay Glazer. Jay.
All right, thanks, Kurt. Hey, I'm not the only insider out here on the field. Peyton Manning also, he's the king of inside information. How about this? I've learned that in the last couple of weeks leading up to this game. He reached out to Sean Payton, head coach of the Saints, for some advice about dealing with the Seahawks defense, and also Bruce Arians, head coach of the Cardinals, the last team to defeat the Seattle Seahawks, and Bruce Arians gave him everything, scouting reports on every player and all the schemes that Seahawks do. And by the way, one last note, Percy Harvin, Seahawks say he is 100%. They're going to run him until they can't run him anymore.
And they're expecting big things from him tonight. Thanks a lot, Jay.
You got it.
All right, not much time left for us here on the pregame show, so let's get right to our Super Bowl picks. The person who usually starts our segment is Rob Riggle, our funny man, but what? I'm hearing apparently he's got some trouble getting here.
I lived in New York once. Take it from me. The NFL has no idea what it's in for. Unless it does.
Coming soon, based on predictable events.
Hey, buddy, welcome to New York. You going somewhere specific, or you want me to just drive around while I scream into my Bluetooth? Take me to the outside. Cold weather. New York. Super Bowl.
This Super Bowl Sunday, expect the completely expected. There's gonna be traffic.
I've never seen traffic like this in New York. Except every day ever.
Weather.
Got a little bit of light snow. Light snow. Light snow? Ah!
Hipsters.
Hipsters have me cornered. They want me to go fedora shopping instead of watching the game.
And even well-meaning beverage laws.
Wait a second. How big is that soda?
32 ounces. Why?
Oh, no. Come on, guys. It's diet soda.
No, Rob. They have my own best interests in mind. It's a good law.
You sure you're going to jail?
I don't know, man. I'm so hooked up on sugar. I don't know what's going on. Woo! Avenge me!
When the stakes are higher than the Broncos fan base, only one man can save the day.
With you by my side, I feel like I can finally get to the stadium and pick the Seahawks.
Hey, pal, in this town, anything's possible. And I know a great shortcut. I think you will. Escape to East Rutherford.
You might even say you guarantee it?
Don't put words in my mouth, whoever you are.
Yes, sir, Mr. Broadway. Joe, if you come with me to Jersey, who's going to protect the city?
I've got this. It's the city that never sleeps. Unless I tell it to.
That's right. It's Chuck Norris. Coming soon. Escape to East Rutherford. We promise Howie Long is not in this movie.
Hey, at a theater near you sometime. All right, look, we know Rob likes Seattle by far and away all season long. The guy on this show who's been the best at picking games, Jimmy Johnson, he's been the lead dog basically since the start of the season. So everybody in America right now, wait to see who you're taking in this one, Coach.
Well, first of all, I haven't gotten my trophy from the regular season for my picks, but this one was as tough a one as we had all year long. And I looked at it and I said, I just don't think Seattle can score with Peyton Manning. And one other key element that we haven't talked a lot about, no Sean Marino. Peyton Manning will audible. They'll run the football. That'll be a big part of their offense here tonight.
Well, you know what? Let me pat you on your back so you don't have to do it to yourself no more, big boy. You know, I like a defense. I like defense. I'm a defensive guy. I've seen a quarterback who's the hottest quarterback in the league run up against the defense in this game and have that defense attack him in a play in a way he's never seen. And I think if Denver can jump out, Jimmy, and score fast, shake the defense a little bit, and I think Seattle's so defense heavy that it would shake the confidence of the offense, then I see it. But I don't see that happening to this defense. These guys are young. They don't know what they don't know, and I don't know much either because I'm behind you in picks. I'm going with Seattle.
Today we get the answer.
Big boy.
Today we get the answer to the question: can defense still win in this kind of a game, despite all the rule changes, the rub routes, all geared to benefit offense and put points up on the board? I'm going to go with Seattle. I'm going to go with defense.
All right, Terry Bradshaw is not with us today, but he did give us his pick, and he is going with Seattle.
There you go.
So everybody up here except Jimmy has taken the Denver Broncos. You take a look, we see the players right here on the field. Michael, you've been in this position here most recently on the field. You talked earlier about pacing yourself in the playoffs. got the warm-ups here, and then there's quite a long break before the game starts. What do you have to worry about as a player?
You know what? You tell guys go in the locker room and relax. Don't go in the locker room and get hyped up and slap each other around and get fired up as if the game's about to start. You need to have somebody who's telling you the time on the clock, Kurt, so that you know, okay, at this point, this is when I usually go around and say, hey, come on, guys, let's go. Get everybody fired up. Once the guys get into that normal routine, which happens pretty much after they go in that locker room, you know what? It's just football after that.
Hey,
just
Mike,
football.
Hey, I was so confident, I just wanted the game to start.
All right, guys, well, you're confident. I think both these teams out here are. We're, in fact, just minutes away from wrapping up our Super Bowl pregame coverage. It's our 7th Super Bowl here on Fox, but it's our first without the man we all love and look up to, Terry Bradshaw, who lost the man he loved and looked up to. As we mentioned earlier, Terry's father, Bill, passed away late last week, and so TB is back with his family in Louisiana. Words can't erase the hurt that Terry and his brothers Gary and Craig are going through right now, mourning their father while at the same time trying to comfort their mother, Novus, who lost her husband of 68 years. But words are all that the rest of us can give. So we'd like to dedicate this broadcast with love to the entire Bradshaw family and the memory of Bill Bradshaw.
Join the fun. Everybody's here. Behind us are thousands of yards.
The Seahawks are in it.
Battled.
We're going to the Super Bowl.
Won. And lost.
Still a 2-score difference.
And ahead of us, only one thing awaits. The final victory. Don't miss the Super Bowl on Fox Sports.
In Super Bowl 47, the Baltimore Ravens scored the game's first 4 touchdowns.
Down the middle. Touchdown, Ravens. Flacco play action. Throws.
The game's 2 longest scoring plays belong to Ravens wide receiver Jacoby Jones.
Jones makes the catch. He's not touched. Bounces up. Running at the left hash mark. Lunges in. Jones 8 yards deep. Brings it out of the end zone. Left hash mark 10, 15, 20. Sheds the tackle. 30. He could. He will. Go all the way. Jacoby Jones.
San Francisco battled back.
Spins away. And Crabtree will take it in for a touchdown. Kaepernick going to roll to his left. Trying to get down the sideline. Kaepernick running to the 10. To the 5. He's in.
In the end, a valiant goal line stand proved to be the difference.
Incomplete. And for a second time, the Baltimore Ravens are Super Bowl champions of the world.
Tomorrow, don't miss American college basketball. Young talent fighting to show their worth in one of the most fast-moving and exciting games around. Where sports careers are built win by win, point by point. One of the most explosive sports around. So expect the best. Tomorrow on Fox Sports.
Bring it, hustle up. Come on, we're done. Come on, slap some hands. Come on. Slap some hands, some butts. That means it's time we're done. Get your big off here. Let's go. Come on, come on. Fight through adversity. When something bad happens, okay?
Fur coat and all, look at that. Broadway Joe coming in the house, getting ready for Super Bowl 48. The former Jet star and Super Bowl III MVP will conduct the coin toss tonight before the Broncos and the Seahawks get it going. And that's a look at Freedom Tower there in Manhattan. You know, this has been a mix of fun and emotion for us, and right now it's time for what has become a Fox Sports tradition, the reading of the Declaration of Independence. We always do this during the Super Bowl here at Fox Sports. And this year, we are proud to pay tribute to our veterans and active military, the brave men and women who have been defending the ideals of that sacred document for 237 years.
Our obligations to our country never cease, but with our lives.
We must all hang together, or assuredly, we should all hang separately.
Action will delineate and define you.
Those words of John Adams, Benjamin Franklin, and Thomas Jefferson ring true today. Over 237 years ago, our forefathers forged a concept of an extraordinary ideal never before articulated or achieved in history. The ideal evolved into the reality of the United States of America. This document declared and defined what it means to be an American, that liberty and equality are fundamental to who we are. In the 237 years that have followed, our brave men and women in uniform have fought to protect everything that the Declaration of Independence set forth. And every day that we live free, we honor their sacrifice to protect those ideals upon which this nation was founded.
When in the course of human events, it becomes necessary for one people to dissolve the political bands which have connected them with another.
And to assume among the powers of the earth the separate and equal station to which the laws of nature and of nature's God entitled them.
A decent respect to the opinions of mankind requires that they should declare the causes which impel them to the separation.
We hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal, that they are endowed by their Creator with certain unalienable rights, that among these are life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness.
That to secure these rights, governments are instituted among men, deriving their just powers from the consent of the governed.
That whenever any form of government becomes destructive of these ends, it is the right of the people to alter or to abolish it and to institute new government.
Laying its foundation on such principles and organizing its powers in such form as to them shall seem most likely to affect their safety and happiness.
Prudence indeed will dictate that governments long established should not be changed for light and transient causes, and accordingly, all experience hath shown
that mankind are more disposed to suffer, while evils are sufferable, than to right themselves by abolishing the forms to which they are accustomed.
But when a long train of abuses and usurpations, pursuing invariably the same object,
evinces a design to reduce them under absolute despotism, it is their right, it is their duty,
to throw off such government and to provide new guards for their future security.
Such has been the patient sufferance of these colonies, and such is now the necessity which constrains them to alter their former systems of government.
Since the day this document was signed, its principles have served as the bedrock of our country.
For those who gave all, whether defying the tyranny of a king or defending us from the threats of our modern world, we honor the men and women of our armed forces who have always safeguarded our shores, preserving our way of life.
We must never forget their service. And today, Dakota and I will salute the flag with all veterans. Continued vigilance for our values declared in 1776 will forever define who we are as Americans.
We, therefore, the representatives of the United States of America in General Congress assembled,
appealing to the Supreme Judge of the world for the rectitude of our intentions, do in the name and by authority of the good people of these colonies.
Solemnly publish and declare that these united colonies are, and of right ought to be free and independent states.
that they are absolved from all allegiance to the British Crown, and that all political connection between them and the state of Great Britain is and ought to be totally dissolved.
And that as free and independent states, they have full power to levy war, conclude peace, contract alliances, establish commerce,
and to do all other acts and things which independent states may of right do.
And for the support of this declaration, with the firm reliance on the protection of divine providence, we mutually pledge to each other our lives, our fortunes, and our sacred honor.
For more than 2 centuries, the pledge we have made to each other in our Declaration of Independence has only grown stronger.
Through depression and prosperity, through civil war and world war, America has remained a shining example to the world because we've always held tight to our founding ideals. And generation after generation, that pledge has been upheld through the hard work and sacrifice of our men and women in uniform. They've fought for us. They've given their lives for us. They've answered the call of duty again and again.
Today, our troops continue to deploy to the most dangerous parts of the world, risking their lives in order to protect our lives, our fortunes, our sacred honor. And as they serve, their families must also make sacrifices.
So now, we must do our part as well. We all can find new ways to salute the service of the troops, veterans, and military families who've given us so much. And if we do that together, we can uphold the founding promise of our country and preserve the rights and freedoms that we all hold so dear.